Okay. I'm going to greet you in an ancient way, because I am ancient. Minete Sharameni. This is the greeting we use, the Greek of Cyprus we use when we meet friends, and it goes back, it was originated during the Homeric epics. The Greeks of Cyprus speak the same language of Socrates, Platon, and Aristoteles, almost unaffected. Helen Keller noted that Greek language is the violin of human thought. Now, do you wonder why I'm here? Why I decided to go back to the university at the age of 67? It is a question which was asked by my environment persistently so many times. They made me feel uncomfortable because they kept asking me, why you are doing this? What is going to have out of it? What is going to be the profit out of it? This question hurt me because you don't have to do something just for profit, isn't it? And it was obvious that in my case, it wasn't career or to get money. If you would like to do something and you insist and you stick to it, then you come to the end. Optimism is the faith which leads to achievement. And if you have hope and self-confidence, then you can do many things. So I always wanted to get a degree, law degree, but you see, life doesn't come the way we plan or you would like it to be. I ask you show some patience to tell you some things about my unconventional life. During British rule, in 1940, my father was a policeman. He was sent in the mountains by the British administration in the mountains with other two colleagues to a very, very dangerous mission to capture two bandits, criminal bandits. It was very dangerous. They were wanted, the bandits. My mother was staying with her parents in the village, 28 weeks pregnant. There were no TVs or radios, very few radios in 1940s. So the job was done by the village crier, going around the village early in the morning, spreading the latest news. At that day, my mom was unlucky to hear the crier, the village crier, to tell that her husband, one of the policemen on Isiforos, was killed by the bandits. Immediately, urgently, she was carried to the hospital where she had a miscarriage. The Russian doctor, who was an immigrant, very religious person, he prayed to God to survive, for that little embryo to survive. And in the presence of my grandfather, they named me Christothea, a combination of Christ and God, Christos and Theos, for a miracle to happen. And it did. I survived. And immediately, I started to do my own miracles. My father was noting in a book, like a every day writing about our progress, my progress, and my two other siblings, what we were doing every day. And he noted that I was very naughty, I was very curious, nobody could deceive me, and at the same time, I was ready to share my toys with other children, hospitable, I was hospitable and sociable. But again, he noted that it was very difficult to raise me up. And when my mom, after I was falling asleep, she thanked God because she got rid of me for a while, at least. Yes, I was raised in an unconventional family with the basic rules to respect the environment, to love fauna, and to show gratitude to those who benefited us. At the same time, to help those in need. In 1955, an organization was formed, a guerrilla organization to fight against British rule, to get our independence. Almost all Greeks of Cyprus responded, and they agreed with the idea. In 1957, my father was arrested and sent to a concentration camp where he stayed for, sorry, I forgot to tell you that the time he was after the bandits, it was just rumors. He was not killed. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yes, because I speak to you from my heart, not by heart. So he was, him and the two other policemen decorated and promoted by the British administration. And the leader of the gang of the bandits, his name was Mitas, he was hanged. So in 1955, the anticolonial struggle started. My father joined the organization, and he was sent to a concentration camp for 4 years. The same year, 1956, I was arrested by the troops, policemen, for possessing and distributing revolutionary leaflets. I was sent to court and convicted to 3 months imprisonment. I was 16 years old. I got so angry in the court against the judge. I turned my back to the judge, and my lawyer said that, tell her, the judge told the lawyer, tell her that I'm going to convict her for contempt of court. Excuse my English, I can express myself in Greek better. So, but I thought immediately that when I grow up, I wanted to be a lawyer, just to show that judges don't make justice, not all the time, because they use their discretion and sometimes they don't serve justice. From that time, I decided to become a lawyer. In 1959, a general curfew all over Cyprus. Many Greek Cypriots sent to concentration camps. Me as well. They wake me up early hours in the morning with the nightie. They didn't wait to get dressed. I remember that I was a little bit ashamed because I was young. I didn't have any experience. So the policemen were men. So they drove me to Central Prison, where I stayed up to the end of the struggle, anti-colonial struggle. In 1960, Cyprus became an independent republic. All the detainees, all the prisoners set free. It was such a great day. We found ourselves free, and we returned home, and we started to design, to look forward and think what we were going to do for ourselves. I wanted to study, but no money, and I was living in Nicosia, no pebbles to pick up stones from the sea and pay for my studies. My father was in the concentration camp for 4 years, no job, so no money. I got a job, daily paid job, in the Ministry of Labor, where I met my future husband. We got married, and hand by hand, we went to London, Gray's Inn, to study law. Why to London? Because there we could have the opportunity to work part-time and at the same time study. And we were working in a restaurant washing dishes. He graduated, he became a barrister at law. Me, I gave birth to a lovely girl. Pregnant, gave birth. Of course, if you're pregnant, you give birth, isn't it? And to a lovely girl, the joy of our life, and she's a lawyer. I returned to Cyprus. I couldn't finish my course. But always I wanted to get a degree, a law degree. Deep into my heart was rooted the wish, the seed of the wish, to study. In 1978, I went to the Pedagogical Academy, where I got a diploma, School of Guides. I became a tourist guide. Such a great experience to be a tourist guide, because you meet people from all walks of life, and it is reciprocal, the relationship between you and the visitors. And we consider visitors, as the Greeks, as guests. So it is reciprocal, the benefit. We give and we take. And you don't only show the archaeological sites of your country. We have one of the oldest histories in the world. It goes back to the 10th century, before the Common Era, showing archaeological sites, speaking about the rare fauna and fauna tradition, but at the same time giving love and affection to those who visit your country, leave behind all the worries, and come to your country to refill their souls with joy and good memories. In 1999, my husband passed away. I used to go to the grave and accuse him all the time, telling him, why did you do that to me? Why did you die? Why, if you did want to get rid of me, why you didn't get a divorce? So, I found myself in a deep well, dark, without hope, without future. But I realized that my behavior affected my family. So, with much inner help and soul searching, I began to come out of deep grief. Back to work, tourist guide. From Monday to Sunday, no rest, no holidays, nothing. But still, I was searching for a way to go back to university and get my degree. No way, you see? Again, my dream stayed only in my heart. My grandson was doing his national service. I asked him one day, what would you like to study? He said abruptly, nothing. Don't you ever ask me again what I would like to study. I didn't answer, but you know, grandmothers never surrender if it's going to. If they know that the war is going to be won. Next week, after the day I talked to him, I asked an appointment by his so I forgot the right word of it. No, Ypsilotis. His Highness. I asked an appointment by His Highness, my grandson. And I told him, look, my dearest, I'm getting old. I would like to study to finish my studies. Impossible. I need somebody to help me. I can't see anybody around me. So it's only you. Be my pillar. Give me motivation to go back to the university. let's go together to the university and compete who is going to finish up first. It's going to be great fun. Yes, we did, great fun. And listen, I told him, your sister at the moment studies in Athens University to become a lawyer, so she will be very much surprised and very much pleased to hear that her grandma and her brother going together to the university. He didn't answer. Yes, men, you know, sometimes they just stubborn, and he didn't answer. But coming out, released from the army, straight away in the university. This lovely boy, he succeeded to graduate from the university, and remarkably, he, with the same zeal, got his postgraduate. Not the same studies as mine, not in the same university. But I got my degree, law degree. This was in 2008 when I spoke to my grandson. And already the seed was sowed deep into my soul to see my grandson going into a university. So in 2013, I got my degree, law degree. In 2014, my grandson got his degree. And in 2015, we both reached the peak of the mountain, wearing the university toga together. The same day we graduated, we got our postgraduate. It was yes, it was very, something which at the beginning it was not possible, but we succeeded to do it. You see, if we would like to achieve something, if we have the strength and the ability, of course, to do it, and it wasn't very easy for me because of my age. It was difficult, sitting on a chair for so many hours, studying, and I had just one companion looking after me, be next to me all the time, my dog. Honestly, he was sitting for hours, looking at me. This is true. And I have to tell you that it wasn't the end of my career, of my wish to get a degree. If a road maybe has got a bend, but this is not the end of the road, isn't it? Unless you don't make the turn. An ancient Greek philosopher, Solon, associated as well with Cyprus because he was close friend to Philogibros, the king of Soli. He said that Γυράσκω ai διδασκόμενος. This is a Greek saying, Γυράσκω ai διδασκόμενος. And it means that it doesn't matter if I'm getting older, still I have a lot to learn. And I have accepted a scholarship from my university because it's my second home, Nicosia University, to go back, a scholarship, to go back for my MBA. I have to pay tribute to the young fellow students. They can be so lovely, so nice. I adore them. Our younger generation are so good, intelligent, hardworking, and they can achieve many things if the right opportunity is given to them. They used to tell me, super grandma. Super grandma, we admire you of your persistence and determination, stamina to study in your age. You are a good example. And my answer was, don't you ever try to follow my example. Don't you ever wait up to the age of 67 to go to the university. I'm a bad example, I said. So, you better put priorities into your lives. First, get your degree. Second, get married. And third, have as many children as you would like to have. Yes, and we have to be proud of our young people. Now, my message today is for elderly people, to tell them that must have a vision, not to sit and complain about the wrinkles, looking at the mirror, complaining about the wrinkles, complaining about the white hair, all the time complaining about minor ailments and become lethargic and give trouble to their children. Better to put to have a vision, do something to make them happier. For example, to study or doing gardening. Oh my God, no. This is not a good advice to good gardening, because I did in August. I broke my right hand and it was in plaster for 4 weeks. And my daughter, precious daughter and granddaughter, they threatened me. They said, look, if you are not good girl, if you don't behave yourself and you go to the garden and you overdo it, remember that you were born in 1940. We are not going to give you any help or take you to the doctor. So I listened, and now I don't go back in the garden. I just smell the flowers, look at the green, lovely garden, but I will go back to the university. Let's have vision. Let's have, all of us have vision. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.